guys are in a commanding position with that number one pick. Have you received any phone calls about it, or did you resign yourself that you're going to use that?
We have received calls. We haven't resigned ourselves one way or the other. We feel really good about picking at 1, and I'd leave it at that.
2 to 8 to 15. So if you're considering trading down from 1 this year, could you foresee a similar fall down the board, or do you think you'd want to stay in the top 10? I mean,
That would surprise me if we traded down that way this year.
You guys are trying to trade up to number 6 with the Jets. I know you can't answer that specifically, obviously, but how likely is it that you would be willing to or will trade up from number 12 to try to get presumably a quarterback?
Wouldn't comment on any of those reports or, again, the rumors. I mean, again, it's going to be one every day. It was trade back, trade up, trade to 2. You know, I've seen them all. Just not gonna comment on them.
because I mean, we saw you guys trade down twice in the first round last year. We know that gathering picks it can be enticing. So, from a philosophical standpoint, would it be a real stretch for you guys to trade up in the first round, or is that totally a possibility?
No, we're open to it. I mean, generally we value picks. We think no matter how prepared you are, there's always a lot of uncertainty in the draft. Every team misses. We're not going to be different in that regard. We like young talent. We've said the draft is going to be the pipeline, so we don't want to get into a habit, Nate, of turning 2 picks into 1, so to speak. We just don't think that's a good way to do business over time, and so we've studied this around the league, and it's just our inclination. But does not mean that if there was a player there, we might not go take a shot, and we think we're positioned to be able to do that without impacting our draft too much.
You're not going to announce who you're going to pick if you stay number 1. But after all this run up to the draft, can you say that you have made up your mind? And if you haven't, what could possibly change in the last 8 days that you wouldn't know for the previous 6 months?
Yeah, not much. You're right. We're really well prepared, as AB said. We've had a lot of good discussions. And I think what happens now is you just understand kind of what all the options are. And we never take anything off the table. So for us, it's just a matter of getting to draft night and seeing what new information, if anything comes up, or new opportunities may present themselves.